It is 3-0. It is 3, it is 0. AC Milan, the Rossoneris, has claimed their bragging rights over Inter Milan this season because it is that clean sheet victory and securing this place in this seasons of the Coppa Italia final. What is that? Red is the color, my boys. Red is the color. The Rossoneris has crushed the Nerazzurris. The Gunners, Arsenal getting a 2-2 against Crystal Palace. Oh my goodness. And Arsenal fans are still thinking that they can get the Champions League. My goodness. But Manchester City has got that 2-1 victory over Aston Villa, the Lions, and Pep Guardiola's men are still expecting to be participating in the Champions League next season. The hopes are still alive. The hopes are still alive. La Liga Round 33 and Los Blancos. Real Madrid has got it 1-0 against Getafe, and it was a marvelous turn by Arda Güler. Arda Güler proved it. He has nailed it. Real Madrid, still the hope is alive for them in the La Liga. Red is the color, my boys. Red is the color because it is in the Premier League. Liverpool, the Reds are in the top, and they are going to claim that. It is in the Bundesliga where Bayern Munich are at the top with 4 games in hand. They just have to get 2 draws to claim the Bundesliga title. And Harry Kane, the curse. Oh my boys, it is Bayern who has made Harry Kane the star, and Harry Kane will be getting the clinch of the first trophy of his life at Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. And apart from that, it is AC Milan who has crushed Inter in that Coppa Italia semi-final, and they are into the finals. It is 3 times this season. The Rossoneri has crushed the Nerazzurris. Red is the color, my boys. Red is the color. It is the red which is the color this season in the top 5 leagues across the globe. So guys, welcome back to another episode with FC Ramsay, and what a weekend we had, as well as on the Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the matches which were being played in the Serie A, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, the Premier League, as well as the Indian Super League. We will be having that. But first, moving on to the game Italia semi-final where Milan and Inter were facing at San Siro. The previous leg was a 1-1 draw, but Luka Jović, my man, he just got that double. He got that double on the 36 minutes, on the 58th minute. That was enough. That was enough. The Rossoneris this season has crushed Inter, the Nerazzurris, twice, and this time with 3-0 the scoreline. It is adding more to that. It is adding more to that because Sergio Conceição, talking about him, not doing good. Sergio Conceição has been not doing good because to talk about the Serie A table, it is Inter who are still at the top. It is Napoli who has also played those 33 games with 71 points. Both Inter and Napoli, I mean the likes of Simone Inzaghi as well as Antonio Conte, both are fighting for this. And to talk about the top 5 leagues across the Europe this season, it is the Serie A where the fight is still going on between Inter and Napoli, and it is the likes of La Liga. Real Madrid, will they have any hope against Barcelona down by 4 points? Yes, it is going to happen. We will be discussing that a bit later. But to talk about this game where Inter went against the likes of AC Milan at the San Siro, the stats were quite disheartening. Just look at it. It is those 16 shots Inter taking that. Lautaro Martinez, I mean the Inter fans who were claiming after their win against Bayern Munich that it is their midfield presence of Barella who is the top midfielder in the world. Oh my goodness. Lautaro Martinez, the striker, where the Inter fans were saying that he is one of the top opportunistic striker in the world. Where are those goals? Because it is those 3 shots on target. There were 3 big chances, and Inter has missed those 3 big chances. Whereas, talking about AC Milan with 44% of the possession, 8 shots they took. It was bombarding. 3 on target, 3 big chances, 0 big chances missed. And Sergio Conceição's man with the likes of Luka Jović and Reijnders. What a class performance. What a class performance, because the Rossoneri's AC Milan has also claimed that breaking right 3 times this season. They won in the Super Coppa Italia against Inter. That was the big win where Sergio Conceição took it. It was also the first leg where Milan got those victories against Inter. That has happened 3 times this season. The red is the color which is prevailing for AC Milan in the Serie A as well as in the Coppas of the Italianas. My goodness, the Derby del Madonnina is all in the hands of Milan. But to talk about in this, it is the likes of Empoli and Bologna who has also clinched into that final spot. Bologna has that 3-goal win over Empoli, and in the second leg, definitely Bologna are going to make that unless and until Empoli are going to cause some sort of drought run for them. But it is not going to happen. So the finals of this Coppa Italia, it is going to be the sure likes of AC Milan facing Bologna. But Milan, will they be able to make that? Because the money is talking. The money is talking. And Sergio Conceição, with so much down in the table, still has those hopes that they can make it into the Champions League this season. Because look at it, they have at the 9th spot. this new season, Sergio Conceição taking it, but still I'm saying Sergio Conceição is not the solution for the Rossoneris. He is claiming that he is getting those bragging rights, he is suffocating Inter at times, he is annihilating the opponents, but what AC Milan has got to do is their management which has to do this talking. They have to get those talking to be good, because at the 9th spot in the Serie A, nothing big they can claim, and getting those two silverwares this season. Will they add to some sort of glories for those transfers coming in the next season for the AC Milan? That will be the look for it. But in the Serie A table, it is Inter at the top, Napoli at the second, Atalanta, who got that win over AC Milan. Now, at the third spot, Atalanta got that victory over AC Milan on the Saturdays and Sundays. The match days of the Serie A were happening. It is Bologna who are at the fourth spot. My goodness. Bologna and AC Milan in the finals of the Coppa Italia. It will be a big watch. We'll be having the watch-along as well on our live streams. But Juventus, will they be playing those Europa or those Conference League? Lazio on the sixth spot. But will Serie A get those fifth spot to be talking about in the Champions League next season? That is also the aspect we'll be watching next coming on our videos. But the next game which we are talking is the likes of Arsenal Gunners. My goodness, Arsenal got that big win against Los Blancos, but against Crystal Palace, that is a 2-2. My goodness, that is what the Gunners are capable of doing. That is what Mikel Arteta has made these Gunners to look into the past 3 seasons where he has been associated with that. No denying the fact Gunners nailed it big, because 4 big chances they got, 3 big chances they lost. Look at the stats, look at the stats. It is 4 big chances where the Gunners got it, and 3 big chances they are missing it. But on the other hand, Crystal Palace also got those, because Crystal Palace are not doing good in the Premier League table. They are at the 12th spot, whereas on the other aspect, it was Manchester City against Aston Villa. Pep Guardiola has made that statement that it is the final match where they are up against Aston Villa, but Manchester City still has those big upcoming fixtures left in them. Manchester City winning that over Aston Villa still has those big fixtures left in them. Look at that. It is against Wolves. It is Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham. It is the likes of the FIFA World Cup which they will be playing. So Pep Guardiola, who has made that announcement that this win against Aston Villa got those exits from the Champions League, but Pep Guardiola getting those big defeats early. But he has claimed that this game was the final of the Premier League, where they were expecting to make it into the Champions League next season. It is Nunes who has got those stoppage time goals against Aston Villa, but then also it is the Liverpool who are at the top. Red is the color, my boys. Red is the color. Gunners at the second spot, 67 points, way back, trailing behind Liverpool. Manchester City 61, 6 points behind Arsenal. I mean, what is wrong with Mikel Arteta at times? I mean, he is closing to Pep Guardiola at times. And on the other hand, people saying that Manchester City not going that good. It is the 9 losses which they have faced. But who is there? Because Liverpool has got those 2 losses this season. Arsenal has got those 3 losses. But after that, it is Manchester City with 9 losses. I mean, no one from the Premier League is there to claim that position between the second spot and the third spot. It is those 6 losses difference between Manchester City and Arsenal, where the points are just wide. No one from the Premier League making that. I mean, to talk about the big 6 of the Premier League, it is the likes of Manchester United, the likes of Tottenham, Chelsea. No one are there. But Nottingham Forest, from the likes of Nuno Santo, he has been doing his job good. Nottingham Forest at the 4th spot, just 1 point behind Manchester City, and still a game in hand with 5 more Premier League matches as well. Newcastle United 59, 1 point behind Nottingham Forest. The competition on the 3rd and 4th spot as well as the 5th spot is looking good. But Premier League will be getting that 5 spots in the Champions League next season. That is the talk of the town. That is the talk of the town. It was the previous season in Champions League where the Bundesliga and the Serie A were claiming those 5 spots. Still, the Europa League matches will be deciding that. The Conference League matches will be deciding that which league is going to get those comfortable 5 spots in the Champions League next season. But it is Chelsea from the Premier League who are at the 6th spot. Chelsea are 2 points behind Newcastle and 4 points behind Manchester City. The race on the 3rd position to the 7th position in the Premier League is looking good. And it is the likes of Chelsea who has faced those 8 losses. Newcastle with 10. But Nottingham Forest and Manchester City, both with 9 losses, are at the 3rd and 4th spot. That is what the story from the Premier League was in this weekend up to now. And it is the likes of Bayern Munich who are claiming that in the Bundesliga. Look at the table. It is 72 points. Leverkusen getting those defeats. And this weekend, that has led to that comfortable 8 points ahead. And Harry Kane, with 4 games in hand, will be making that. But Vincent Kompany, is he doing justice to Bayern Munich? Or is it the likes of Bayern Munich who are carrying Vincent Kompany for his career? Whatever that is, but Harry Kane, all the curse is over, and red is the color in the Bundesliga as well. It is Bayern who are claiming that. The previous season league holders, Bayer Leverkusen, are crushing it, and the likes of Xabi Alonso moving to replace Carlo Ancelotti at Los Blancos, will that be happening? Because Real Madrid 4 points, moving on to the La Liga fixture against the likes of Getafe. It was Arda Güler who scored that good one. Arda Güler on the 21st minute, scoring that so good. It was the total 7 shots which were being taken. 2 big chances were there for the Los Blancos to be happening that, but 2 of the big chances they missed. But it was Arda Güler out of the box. What a class shot Arda Güler is, time and again proving that he is that talent hunt for the Los Blancos. But will Carlo Ancelotti be waiting for that? Because it is the likes of La Liga table where the 4 points difference is still lying Barcelona with those upcoming big fixtures which are waiting for them to be talking, no denying the fact. Look at the fixtures of Barcelona. They are going to face Real Madrid for the Coppa del Rey finals. My God, Hala Madrid! They will be making that. But next to that, it is the likes of Barcelona in their fixtures where they are getting Inter for the first leg of the Champions League. And next it is Real Valladolid. And again it is Inter. And again it is the reverse leg against Los Blancos. It is then the Espanyol and it is Villarreal who are there. And in the last, Barcelona who has to face Athletic Club for the last game of the La Liga. My goodness, Barcelona has got those injuries which are upcoming for them. And no denying the fact, the absence of Marc Bernal, Casado and Robert Lewandowski is also injured. Barcelona will be able to make that because 4 points ahead of the Los Blancos. Real Madrid, will they be making that close or will they be choking it? Because Ancelotti, will he be staying or not? Is Jurgen Klopp going to replace that, or it is the likes of Julian Nagelsmann going to come in for the Los Blancos, or it is the likes of Xabi Alonso? But comparing upon the 2 aspects of Jurgen Klopp and the likes of Los Blancos with the presence of Xabi Alonso, what is that going to be? How is that going to be? I mean, if the story is going to be that way, do you think that Xabi Alonso is better than Jurgen Klopp to be holding on? Or it is the likes of Jurgen Klopp who will be leaving those Reds, and will he be coming on to replace Ancelotti? Or it is the likes of Ancelotti moving on to the Brazilian national squad where the rumors are being spread? Will that decision be going on? But Los Blancos has got to win this Copa del Rey. No denying the fact, as well as the La Liga, because these are the 2 title hopes which are still left for Real Madrid to be making that. Papa Perez, what all decisions which he will be making that is also looking to be forward. So yes, drop your predictions for the Coppa Italia finals where the likes of AC Milan and the likes of Bologna are going to face that. And in the La Liga race as well as the Copa del Rey finals, who are claiming to get that. Give your predictions on the comment sections and do tell us that how are this season going to be going for your favorite teams. But red is the color, my boys. I'm again talking it. It is red, which is the color which is prevailing in all the top 5 leagues across Europe this season. Yes, keep going and give your comments. Bye-bye.